What if one of the world's richest countries and one of the world's largest oil holders became locked in a relationship defined not by trade but by mistrust, sanctions, and survival? The United States and Venezuela were once close partners. Today, they stand on opposite sides of a geopolitical divide where oil is leverage, ideology is a weapon, and every decision ripples far beyond their borders. To understand how we got here, we have to rewind more than a century back to the moment oil changed everything. In the early 20th century, Venezuela discovered vast oil reserves, some of the largest on Earth. American oil companies quickly moved in, transforming Venezuela into a key energy supplier for the United States. For decades, the relationship was straightforward. Venezuela supplied oil. The U.S. supplied investment, influence, and political support. During the Cold War, Venezuela stood out in Latin America as a relatively stable democracy and a strong U.S. ally, especially compared to revolutionary movements elsewhere in the region. But beneath the surface, inequality grew. Oil wealth flowed upward, while much of the population remained poor, and eventually, resentment boiled over. In 1998, everything changed. Hugo Chávez, a former military officer, swept into power on a wave of public anger. He promised a Bolivarian revolution, redistributing wealth, reclaiming national sovereignty, and breaking what he called U.S. imperial dominance. Oil was nationalized, American companies were pushed aside, and Chávez openly challenged Washington on the world stage, forging alliances with Cuba, Russia, China, and Iran. The tension exploded in 2002 when Chávez was briefly removed from power during a failed coup. The U.S. denied direct involvement, but suspicion hardened Venezuelan distrust forever. From that moment on, the relationship was no longer economic. It was ideological. After Chávez's death in 2013, Nicolás Maduro inherited both power and crisis. Oil prices collapsed, mismanagement and corruption deepened, hyperinflation wiped out savings, millions fled the country. The United States accused Maduro of authoritarianism, election fraud, and human rights abuses. In response, Washington imposed sweeping sanctions targeting Venezuela's oil industry, government officials, and financial system. The goal? Pressure Maduro to step down. The result? A nation pushed deeper into economic failfall. To Caracas, sanctions were economic warfare. To Washington, they were accountability. In 2019, the crisis reached a breaking point. The U.S. recognized opposition leader Juan Guaidó as Venezuela's legitimate president, while Maduro retained control of the military and state institutions. Two governments, one country, zero compromise. Meanwhile, Venezuela strengthened ties with U.S. rivals. Russia provided military support. China offered loans, and Iran helped bypass sanctions. What started as a bilateral dispute had become a global chess match. Today, the relationship remains frozen, but not static. Global energy shortages and shifting alliances have forced quiet negotiations. The U.S. has slightly eased some sanctions, seeking oil alternatives and political concessions. Yet trust is scarce, the wounds are deep, and the future remains uncertain. The story of the United States and Venezuela is not just about oil, or socialism, or sanctions. It's about power, who controls it, who loses it, and who pays the price when nations turn rivalry into identity. Because when diplomacy fails, it's not governments that suffer first, it's people. And until cooperation replaces confrontation, this relationship will remain what it has become: a cautionary tale of how wealth can divide, ideology can harden, and history never truly stays in the past.